Hi, so my producer gave this topic to me because there's a book out there now, let's see, by Esther Perel. And from what I understand, she's an incredibly good author and really captivating in how she approaches this topic, which I'm not going to put down, by the way. This is not the kind of video where I go, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Not at all. But I think it's a very interesting topic, and I think that there's a lot I can add to it. Now, I'm going to admit I didn't read the book. It's called Marriage is More Than Mating in Captivity. Very interesting. I'll tell you why I like that title. I like it because it hits on something that we are not taught. In fact, nothing about marriage is taught. It's amazing if you think about it. And when I say it's not taught, there is a science of marriage that I discovered. I used to be a divorce mediator, but in 2001, a long time ago now, a couple asked me to help them save their marriage, and I discovered marriage is scientific. It's purposeful, it's got rules, it's got guardrails, it's got all of these things. And when you know how to run your marriage, it's amazing because it's perfectly designed by God to produce amazing amounts of love, way beyond anything you could ever imagine, happiness, into, they call it marital bliss for a reason, and harmony like you've never experienced before. You're with the one person who you chose to be with. Think about it this way. There is nobody else. You're gonna go, oh, I guess that's true. And pretty much everything I teach is like that. Marriage is the only venue in our lives where we choose to love somebody. Think about that. You didn't choose to love your kids. They pop out and you're in love. You didn't choose to love your parents. They took care of you and you love them. You certainly didn't learn to love your siblings. You call it love, maybe it's not, but you get used to people. But marriage, you found your soulmate. That didn't just happen by accident. God set it up. That's your soulmate. And you choose, because you have free will, to love your husband, love your wife. You chose. No one else in the world has that. It's beautiful when you think about it, isn't it? Now, when I created this science for marriage, I had to get into all sorts of things that are psychophysiological, because as an individual, you're a part of the marriage. You're an integral part of the marriage. So if you can't understand yourself, and you have to understand yourself not just as yourself, but also yourself as a man or yourself as a woman. What do I mean by that? Well, your true self, and I'm not trying to get religious here, but it's an important understanding to have that we don't have a soul. Oh, I got you. We are a soul. We are a soul. What we have is a body and we have a mind. Why is that important? It's important because the soul, I grew up Jewish and actually Orthodox Jewish, and there are some deep principles in the Torah, and that deepest of all principles that I love is that God made us from himself, right? We hear, well, God put together a bunch of dirt and created man. No, in the beginning, there was only God. He pulled us from him. He fashioned us from him. We are a part of him. Our soul is part of the master soul. Think about that. What does that mean? Well, how do you define God? Because that's basically what it means. It means that we are eternal love, but we don't experience that eternal love automatically. We should, but we get distracted from the workings of our mind. And this gets a little bit too complicated for this video. I cover it in my books. I cover it in my courses online. So basically what we're trying to get at here is that, I'm reading it again, marriage is more than mating in captivity. Okay, well, captivity doesn't have to be a bad thing. Mating doesn't have to be a bad thing. But we are psychophysiologically, that is our body and our mind, with our soul kind of over here, but inside the body and mind, you might say for now. And mating means that we're really impacted by our instinct to procreate because of the drive to survive, self-preservation. That's how we learned about it in middle school. Self-preservation defines life, literally. And so this desire to have sex is actually a desire to procreate, to have children. It's very, very deeply embedded in our psychophysiological DNA. So mating in captivity means that we're succumbing to our instincts. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? You recognize it. No big deal. It's okay. It's okay to have that instinct, but we don't want to live by it. What we want to live by is who we really are, the soul, which is infinite love. It gets deep, but think of it in these terms. We must learn to cultivate love and use sex rather than be used by sex. We use sex as a bridge between our souls. Then it becomes so beautiful. Sign up for the 10 best do's and don'ts so you get those. If you have questions about marriage, this is the place. This is the go-to place, because that's what we're all about now. I don't do divorce mediation anymore. You know, I still have plenty of customers who are lined up at the door, and I said, no, I'm sorry. I want you to remain married. Let's work on that. And thousands of marriages. We've saved thousands and thousands of marriages. Please like this video. Go to the comment section and tell me what you think. And you can be mean. It's okay. What I do when people are mean in the comment section, as long as you're not off the charts weird, then what I'll do is I'll explain myself better. Sometimes it's easier for me to do that in the comments section, and you'll have something that you will learn. And also share the video, subscribe, all the good stuff. I'm Paul Friedman. God bless you and take care. Thank you for visiting. Hi, I'm Paul Friedman, founder of the Marriage Foundation. Been saving marriages since 2001. Now, what can we say about not giving up and not settling? These are two big deals that for your marriage, these are vital concepts. And they boil down to two things that we offer you. One are the books that we have. I have Lessons for a Happy Marriage, which is the first book that I wrote, and Breaking the Cycle. They're both great. Flip a coin as to which one you want. That's for not settling. Those books lay out for you exactly what marriage is all about. The guidelines, the intricacies, delves into communication, all the things about marriage that you need to know. And if your marriage is doing fine, but you just have this little problem here, this little problem there, but it's basically doing fine, don't settle. I promise you this, when you read one of these books, you're going to learn more about marriage than you even knew you didn't know, and it's going to change everything for the better. You will be so grateful that you took my advice and got one of those books. Now, the Don't Give Up. When I began, I was structuring, compiling all the marriage help that people need in order to save their marriage. I was a divorce mediator until 2001, and so I was fortunate that I was accessing a support group for those who are going to get a divorce called Second Saturday in San Diego, California. And so I was able to pull out of those sessions individuals, after I told them that I could help them save their marriage, who were beyond on the verge of getting a divorce. I'm going to say 95 to 98% of the people for whom I got a divorce shouldn't have, didn't need to, had they known what I now know. I took all of that knowledge and I put it into comprehensive courses, one for men and one for women. These courses, your course based on your gender, will bring you from the depth of the swamp that you find yourself in, out of that, into the light, and help you achieve a marriage you never even dreamed possible. That's a promise. Now, what if you're not even married? What if you're going to get married and you're just looking around for marriage advice? In that case, and I actually created this for some friends, we have a premarital course, which is amazing. You'll never have a problem in your marriage. Well, like nobody ever has a problem, but you won't have any killer problems. You'll know how to be married to get the most out of your marriage. What if you're only dating? Then I have a course for you too. This one I actually created for my son, and it is a step-by-step process for you to attract your soulmate, and in the right way. I'm so glad that you found us. Please take advantage of that which we have to offer. We are here to serve you. I'm Paul Friedman. God bless you, and take care.